Good morning everyone, and welcome back to another plan with me. This is Misty with Happy Planning with Misty, and it's time to get some stuff done in my Erin Condren hourly. Oh, let's see where we left off, because you know me, I am going to be behind. So let's see, this was some of the kits that I set up in September. And here I still have got some weeks to catch up on. So this is this week. So we're going to set this up so I can get in it and start listing some of my to-dos this week. And then look at all this. I've got stuff like this just laying in piles on my desk from where I have been doing some cutting and printing and all the things. So I thought already, which I'm sure I did, I had already cut, let's see, I'm going to need this, a kit for me to use. It's just locating it and all this stuff. So let me see. Hang on, I thought I had it right here. Let me find it. Okay, so the one that I had cut is this fall Erin Condren hourly that's in my shop. So this is page 1, page 2, then we've got 3 and 4, but I had already used it and I didn't realize it. So this is it used in here. So we will save that. For a different time. So let me go to my Erin Condren planner stickers and let's see what I've got. This will work for fall. Let's see if I've got any boxes. Yes, here we go. Oh, and I got 2 of those sheets. Wonderful. So let's pull this out. And let's use this to plan the week. Okay, so this is kit 165A and 165D. It's the sampler. And this is in the Erin Condren from Planner Cake. Now, this was a D-stash, of course. If I'm using it, usually that's what we're gonna have is a D-stash. So I will need some headers for the days of the week, and I've got these right here that I think will fit over that. So let's just start with this, and I think I'm going to ease this out of the cover so that I can work it better. Oops. So how are y'all doing? I hope you're doing good. This weekend has been a headache weekend for me. So it's not been a fun one. And I did check on my prescription. I'm not sure what I have told y'all last, but my insurance stopped covering my shot, so we are going on a month without my headache shot. They are wanting the doctors to do some kind of follow-up with me, and that follow-up I'm not scheduled till toward the end of October. So today has not been, or this week has not been fun. This weekend for sure. And me and Marshall have been talking, and I know that you can't, or they can't, like, diagnose fibromyalgia without, like, you know, like a for sure thing. Sometimes it's a trial and error test when it comes to certain things with fibromyalgia, but we are wondering if that is what I've got, and if when I got COVID about 6 years ago and was in the hospital from it, if it's what has flared up what was possibly lying more dormant than it is now. Because, like, it's not just my head that hurts. I ache in my legs, sometimes in my arms. And I know that another thing that goes along with fibromyalgia is like IBS and irritable bowel syndrome. And I had to have my gallbladder removed. And so some of the same medicine you would take for helping with after a gallbladder is some of the same stuff you would take if you were dealing with IBS. So if I've been dealing with IBS, I didn't know it for sure because I was already taking medicine, some of the same medicine that they would normally give. So let's see, today is this the week that we're on? Maybe it is. I think it might be this next week that we're already on. Because we're going into the 1st of October. So I'll just keep going with this week, because I'm behind in it too. So let's see if I've got numbers in here that I can use. What dates am I needing? The 22nd. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost enough of those, but not quite. I do have enough of these right here. So, no, I don't. Because I said the 22nd, right? Okay, let's try again. Do I have... I have them on this page. Okay, 22nd. Yeah, that'll work. So I'll set up, I guess this won't be a setup for the week I'm on. This will be what happened last week, which is fine. I've got all the info for that, so I should be able to put that down without a problem. So anyway, like during the night, now it's not every night, but sometimes through the night, I have to get up and I grab like a towel. I keep one laying by my bed, and I have to wrap my knees and my legs to get them good and warm, because they start aching so bad through the night. And I don't know if it's just old age, or if it's because I do have something like a fibromyalgia going on, and that is what is part of the headache problem, part of several problems. So we'll just have to, I'm just going to talk to the doctor, ask his opinion, because it is the neurologist that I need to ask about that. And so I'm going to ask him and see what he thinks and go from there. Do any of y'all suffer with fibromyalgia? And if you do you have migraines because of it? Because that is just something I'm thinking I'm going to have to talk with him about. Okay, so now I need a pen. Let me see here. Here we go. Okay, so 2 trackers. Let's see if these fit. Yes, these fit good. So let me do this. I want to do it's usually the same 2 things, but devotions and medicine. I get tired of taking medicine, y'all, and so then there's some days I don't want to even go in there and take it. So to have to check this off makes me, and yes, do as I say, not as I do, because yes, I work in a pharmacy, and yes, I ought to know better. But guess what? So I use that there. Then I want to put what I'm reading, but this box, maybe it's not too dark. Maybe I can write that down. I think I'm going to skip a line and put what I'm reading. And let's see, do I have, I don't have a reading icon there. I think I will have one in here though. So let's see. Got Maddie reading a book. Let's see if this is too big. This is too big. No, this will be okay. Let me see if I've got a reading word. I don't know if I've got the word reading. Reminder. I've already been to the grocery store this morning. I've been to the post office this morning. I've got laundry going. Birthday, don't forget. Projects, doctor, date night. Okay, I don't see one that says reading on there. To do an important bill day. Okay, so maybe I'll just write it right here. And I'll put that down, what I'm reading. Okay, so let's see what is next. Let's see what went on Monday. Oh, this was the day. So I looked to see, I had told Marshall Sunday night, I said I go in Monday to go to work. I said, but it's 1:30 to 6:30. That's normally, if I do a partial day, 1:30 to 6:30 is the hours. And so, I want to get also, where'd they go? Right here. My markers, and let's see, I think this might go, this pinkish looking color. And I like to draw in my work hours. So anyway, I told him that's when I've got to work. And I said, I'm just going to look at my calendar just to make sure. And then I told him, I said, oh, Marshall, I am so glad I looked because I'm actually scheduled 12 to 6:30. Now, I knew that was weird, but and I just marked that on the 12:30. Hang on, y'all. That's what I get for talking and trying to do something. Let's mark that out. Let's go up a line. So anyway, I told him, I said, man, I'm glad I looked, because then I would have been late. And if my hair or my head gets in here, y'all, I'm sorry, but I tried to raise y'all up just a little bit, hoping you could see this, because this planner is bigger, so hoping you could see better. Anyway, 12:30 to 6:30. And so I went to bed and got up Monday morning, and I done some stuff in the shop because I have got orders that need to be print and cut. Thankfully, the orders have been coming in steady. I have just been thanking the Lord for the orders that I've gotten. It's been a while since it's been that steady, so it's been wonderful. That's not the top I need. So, I got stuff done that morning and showed up at work, and they're like, oh my goodness, Misty, you're early. You're real early. I was like, oh, I looked at my schedule and it said 12 to 6:30, and they're like, well, we got you on the schedule as 1:30 to 6:30, which makes sense. That's what I'm used to working. And I was like, well, where did I mess up? So I came home that afternoon and looked at my schedule, and I was looking at August the 22nd. I wasn't even in September. And then I was looking at a schedule Maddie had before she left for school. So not only was I in the wrong month, I was not even looking at my schedule. I was like, oh my word, this is not good if this is the way my week is starting off. But the order had not even been put up, which is normally put up on a Monday by that time already. But the order hadn't even been put up. So the girls were like, no, we're not fussing at all because we need you. And we ended up doing close to 300 that day. And it's not the first of a month. And for our little country store, usually you wouldn't see that until like the first of the month. Oh, and I've actually got a laundry day sticker. I don't have to write that. Looky, looky. And so, it ended up turning out good. I was actually of use. I don't like showing up to work and they can't even use me because, you know, but you don't never know until you schedule somebody and get into the day whether that day is really going to be rough or not. So let's see here. I still need to do some sidebar so I can do the this week. And let's see. I think I want to use some of this. Now let me see if I can. half it somewhat straight, which I can do hopefully without cutting my paper to smithereens. And this is not my favorite cutter. This is the one that though cuts the best out of what I've got. I would love to have a, what is those called? Is it like a porcelain type blade to it, to where you can't stab and cut yourself as easy with those? That is what I need to get me from Amazon. Is that something with that kind of blade? And that still didn't cut through the best. And yeah, the more sane thing to do would have been to not put it on my middle of my planner, right? But I'd rather this be a little jagged than me cutting up my planner. So we're gonna go with this. Okay, so there's that. Let's put this little piece back on here. Let's put this piece back on here. We might can use that again. Let's get the This Week I Laid to the side. And let's get one of these. That lines up perfectly. Okay, so there's that part. And then I might do a little scripture or something positive. Let's see. I printed off some stuff. And I put them in this folder thing that I got from the dollar store so I wouldn't lose them. Now this is a lot of things that I have in my shop that is like humorous. So this would be like the Christmas humor. Dear Santa, it's a long story. Nice, naughty, and I tried is what's checked. Yeah. Dear Santa, I can explain. And I done it on washi paper. The same thing with this. If you're a teacher, you can get these. I know I've got it listed to where you can get them on white mat. If I don't have washi paper listed, because I have to order this from the United Kingdom, this paper. So if I don't have washi paper listed, just in the notes to sellers say I prefer the washi paper, and I'll put it on washi paper. But like this, I can't fix stupid, but I can grade it. This is my grading face. Don't make me use my teacher voice, that's for sure. I run on coffee and chaos, but I think these are going to be too big for right here. Yeah, I need something smaller. But anyway. Let's see. I'm not mean, I'm direct. This teacher needs a nap. I don't get paid enough for this. That is going to be my favorite, and I will have to use that some point. I wish I had these back when Maddie was in school and I was teaching. Because that is exactly, I teach, therefore I need coffee. Teacher tired is a real thing, and here's her to-do list. I've got these ready for the weekend. Just one more chapter, reading and writing, but I made these too big. Read, dream, repeat, but first coffee. So I think I might have made all these here too big for that part of. See, this is what they look like on the white mat. Hocus locus. Nope, not today. So there's some white mat stuff. And if you are in the medical field, I've got some medical ones. Now it's hard to read on this white paper, but once you lay it, on this washi tape type paper, but once you lay it down, it's a little easier. This says, take this job and shove it. We can't fix stupid, but we can sedate it. I stab people for a living. So, this here I will be able to use before too long, because they are wanting me to get certified to give like the flu shots and the shingle shots, all that kind of stuff. And so I'm not certified yet, but they told me that's in the making. You can't scare me. I'm a nurse. And this says, I am a nurse, but no, I don't want to look at it. Everybody says, can I show you my... And I'm like, just because I'm in the pharmacy don't mean I want to look at everything. So I printed those off. And then I've got some faith quotes. That would fit. Faith over fear. Walk by faith. Faith over everything. Rooted in Christ. Faith it till you make it. And then I've got just Christmas quotes too. I made those too big. So let's see. Faith it till you make it will fit. So let's try this one, y'all. And I have not used a lot of washi stickers on here, because I haven't had this washi paper for very long. So I'm still learning my cuts and all that for it. But it will not bulk up your planner like these other stickers will. So let's faith it till we make it. And since that's the way my Monday started out, me going into work at the wrong time, I think that works perfectly. So let me slide these back in here before I lose them. Okay, so we're going to faith it till we make it. Okay, so I worked Monday, then I worked Wednesday the 24th, 1:30 to 6:30. Now there's my correct time, so let's put that in, draw that in. And then our 6:30 mark. And if y'all heard that buzzer go off, that was my clothes in the dryer. So I'll handle those as soon as we get through here. So let's go with this. Right here, and I will write work on there. And then let's see, the next day was an all-day one. It was an 8:30 to 6:30. Those days can be rough with all my achiness. I wanted to just chalk it up to old age, which some of it is, y'all, but I don't know if all of it is. And I don't really know how to diagnose if I've got fibromyalgia, but I know I have tried all kinds of headache combinations, and they're not keeping them away. The combinations that I've got right now work just in that moment. So like my Max Salt, and I get my best results when I do Max Salt, Benadryl, Zofran for nausea, and extra strength Tylenol. But y'all, once I take all that, I am non-functional. So I shy away from that combination often, because I've got, let's see, I think I've got 7 orders waiting on me just today that I've got to work on, which I don't work this week. I don't think I go in until Saturday. So, but I've got to get some orders done. I've been posting about my Black Friday sale. I'm needing to create like winter kits, which I created one called Snow Meets Pine. It is so cute. And one of my, what do you call it? PR girls said it reminded her of like a kid's storybook. The artwork. Now, it ain't cute because of something I done. It all has to do with the artwork. I just put it in a format. But, so let's go back over here. Also, this whole week, I'm having to give Feezy antibiotics from the teeth that he had taken out. So, I'm going to put them down at the bottom of my page. And I want a darker pen. I want this pen. Where'd that? And I am going to section off this bottom area. And let's see. See, I need a title, then I need two. This is definitely just Bujo. And I think Erin Condren actually sells strips of stickers that are like, not Erin Condren, Planner Kate, that are already strips of dashes to where you can section off stuff. Okay, so I need to do that. I need to I want to make a title. So right here I'm gonna put antibiotic, and then I think I'm going to cut across here so that I can have two. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Two squares to check off, because I have got him a dose for AM and PM. Across this whole week. And even though this is not like listed in the morning and listed in the evening, oh, I need one more. And it's the blue and the red, so I want to cut one more. Okay, so I can check those off when I give it to him throughout this week. Okay, so then I've got my work. Okay, so then let's see. Let's put in some of these very cute full boxes. Since that's a work, I want to put a sticker I can write in. Oh yeah, I gotta center these. Let's see, let's go back with this darker one. So what I usually do, once I remember I have to center these, is just go right along the edge of the time, and it ends up being center enough. So let's go with the squirrel. And what was that? I done that one at 2 o'clock, so this one needs to go at 1. And then, let's see, Friday is usually, oh, but that is a work day, and I want one I can write in, because I did take care of stuff during my work hours. So what did I say? Was that 1 o'clock? Yeah. So when I was on my lunch break and stuff, I took care of some stuff. So there, go back with a darker one at the 2 o'clock. And then we might have to move our weekend banner up. Let's move it up to here so that I can continue to decorate. And then we can use this one on Sunday. Back at 2. Okay. Then let's see. I'll save this one. So that still leaves me 3 full ones. Okay. So then when I got off work, I went by Dairy Delight and got us a bucket of chicken and some potato wedges and coleslaw for supper that night since I was working. Okay, so then this morning I had, let's see, I did devotions. And I done them outside on the swing. I love when it works out to where I am off work to where I can sit out in my swing on a sunshiny morning, sip coffee, and read about the Lord. Okay. And this is also, let's see, if we got a payday? Yes, we do. All right, so then let's do devotions. That was about 7:30. And then did a load of dishes. And it was payday. So let's grab this flag. And we can use this payday sticker. Okay. And I had to call the doctor's office and reschedule my appointment. Let's see here. Because my doctor's office, my doctor visit was actually on a day I was working. You know, because doctor's offices, they schedule them like 6 months in advance. And when they tell me, hey, what about Thursday at 2 o'clock? Well, sure, because there ain't no way I know that far in advance. So, okay, reschedule doctor appointment. So I did that. And it said I worked on orders Wednesday morning. I usually so let's use one of these that I chopped up, and we've got a print and then cut. Okay. And I done that morning since I worked that evening. That afternoon we did Pizza Hut for supper. Just went by and got us some cheese sticks. So I can use this to call. There for that doctor appointment. Okay. And then Thursday is when I worked all day long. But we did. When I got home, Marshall had put on a load of laundry and had folded. He was washing and folding. So that was a pleasant surprise. One I was very grateful for, because I knew it was needing to be done, but was not home. Let's do 3. So we can do the wash, dry, and fold, and then put away. And all of those get a check mark. That's the only fun thing, or one of the fun things about back planning. It's not stuff that you got to worry with right now. Okay. So then, it's stuff that's already done. Friday, I had to do a planner video because I was, of course, running behind. So, let's see. Let's use this decorative one. Let's see, around 9. We'll do planner time. And then we'll use, let's see, did I cut that up? No. We'll use one of these checklists that I have not butchered yet. And we will do video, edit, upload, thumbnail. So we got all that done. So I don't need this very last one. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, Friday is also trash day. That goes out early. So let's get the trash day. And then after I done that, it wasn't that, I worked on orders after I had filmed. Okay, so and with that, I hadn't butchered that one yet, and I need to. So let's do this. And that is cut and print. Okay. Then I think we'll use this, because I wrote down that I took time in the shower and I enjoyed it. I buy from Amazon, I buy those, I guess you would call them wafers, but they come in like a variety, comes in a bag, but they're like shower wafers. But these are not just menthol, these are lavender, some are citrus with menthol. There's just a variety of flavors or scents, and so it is so relaxing to do a shower with that smell, and they're not strong. It's just a soft smell. You're in that hot shower and you've got that warm lavender that is coming up to you. It's just relaxing. So shower time has gotten enjoyable since I ordered those. More enjoyable. Not that I needed an excuse to stay in a hot shower longer with these headaches, but let's see. What else do I have? Oh, I done on the 26th. We done dishes that morning. So let's put a decorative box. So I loaded the dishwasher. I also had to feed the preacher and his wife Sunday. So we have a barbecue place nearby, and they love rib plates from there. So usually that's what they get from me, because I asked them, are y'all tired of rib plates? And they're like, no, we love those ribs. And by the time they get to me, everybody else has done the home cooking for them. And so then I get to just order them some rib plates to enjoy. And so that makes it easy on me, because I'm usually dealing with, like I said, headaches. Okay, then Sunday morning, yesterday morning, let's see, church starts at 9:45, but I moved my weekend banner, so we're gonna have to put it like in the middle of this time slot. So Sunday school. And then we'll put this here, put the preacher's plates. And then our lunch, we did hamburgers and curly fries. Let's see. It was after work that I done a grocery pickup. So I need to put that down. I forgot about that. So we're going to put it right here at the end of the day. Grocery time is when I picked up for food for this weekend for us. Okay. And then I'm going to put this don't forget in this box. And I'm going to put one of these unbutchered checklists so that I can list what I'm dealing with today on there, which is a plan with me, of course, orders, and then clean. Okay, and then back in here, I had to call Maddie's. I wasn't sure what the rules were for getting her medication to her in Indiana. I didn't know if we order her birth control through mail order. So I had to call mail order pharmacy about Maddie's RX. Because it don't matter if it's just birth control or if it's prescription that is controlled substance. You have to know the rules for the state, you know, to be able to do stuff like that. So I asked them if they could change her address from our home address to where she's at in Indiana. And they were like, even though it's birth control, we can't, Alabama does not ship outside of state, so they are still going to ship it to me. And this was a to-do, and we'll get one of these. We are going up the second weekend in October to be with her, and so I will just take it with me. So they've got it headed my way, so I can check that off. Okay. So y'all, I think this is everything set up. And I'm going to use the same dot hickey thing. So I done devotions on Tuesday. That was not the only day. When else did I do devotions? I do try to do them every day, but y'all, it's hard when I work the 8:30 to 6:30 because I like doing my devotions in the morning. So that day it did not get done. And then I don't do them on Sunday because we're usually at church. Unless I'm home with a migraine, then I do my devotions. So I can do Monday, Tuesday. What did I say? I can't do it for Thursday, Wednesday, Saturday. Okay. Medication. We got all that done. Alright, so we've got an hour-long video, y'all. And I hope y'all have enjoyed this. But this is how it turned out. And I think it's pretty. And I'll get some more videos up before too long, hopefully. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.